Hey everyone, welcome to our virtual play date. So glad to have you all here. Take a second to just tell me where your family is watching from, what city. If you're outside of Indiana, we want to know what state you're watching in. And if you want to let us know the ages of the kids watching, that's great too, but that's up to you. Mostly we want to hear where you're watching from. So just drop those in the comments if you have your parents' permission or have your mom or dad do it for you. I am very excited about today's playdate. We are going to go live to the home of a woman who calls herself a farm wife, but in reality, she's a farmer, not just a farmer's wife. So she wrote a book called Meet Pete, and it's going to take you onto a farm, and we actually are going to be inside her barn. She had a baby calf born 2 days ago, like just in time for this playdate. And they're calling the calf Little Bit, and I can't wait for you to meet my friend Jen and her calf. So we're going to hear her story today. Looks like we have the Wagoner family from Princeton, Kentucky. We have the Beck family from West Lafayette, Indiana. The Corbin family from Plainfield. The Likens family from Hope, Indiana. Maggie watching from my neighborhood. That's a little creepy. McKee family from Cloverdale, with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Oh, they're gonna love today's play date. We've got the McKee family from Indiana and the True Blood family from Fishers, Indiana. Keep them coming, guys. If you are excited for today's play date, give us some thumbs up, some hearts, all kinds of stuff. We've got the big, handsome chef family watching from Brooklyn, Arkansas. So far, you guys are winning for distance today. The Mahan family, sorry, Sarah, I know you, from Rushville, Indiana. The Jones family from Indy with their 4-year-old. You're going to love this play date, guys. Brittany has no sound. Let me tell Brittany, if you have no sound, please go ahead and close it and start over. So Brittany, I'm going to just give her a little message and start over. Okay. And then Winchester, Virginia, the Zuckerman family. No kidding. My family, my grandparents are in Winchester. We're from Winchester, Virginia. I have been in that hospital. So welcome from Winchester, Virginia. Little Bit is hogging the camera right now. You're going to see Little Bit in just a second. Can't wait. Let's see, Jasmine from Castleton and the Gray family from Greenfield. My vision and my mouth is just not matching up today. Lots and lots of friends watching with us today. So my friend Jen wrote a book called Meet Pete, and we're going to meet her and Little Bit today and go straight onto her farm. But first, I want to tell you 2 ways that you can participate in the virtual playdate besides what you're doing already. We're so glad to have you here. That's the #1 way to participate, is to tune in every weekday morning at 10 a.m. #2, take a picture or have your parents take a picture of you guys participating in the playdate, and then have your parents share it on Instagram or send it to us on Facebook. Ours are Indy with Kids on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere you can find us. Tag us, and we will ask your permission to share it on our show in the morning. The 3rd way you can participate, you're going to see this morning that I believe we have a family that's going to be live on our show. You'll see them in the little tiny picture at the bottom, and we're going to get to watch families participate in the play date remotely from their home. So if you want to be one of those families for our upcoming play date, which we will announce our Monday morning play date right after this play date, please, please, please let me know in the comments. Just say, we want to participate, and that would be fun. So let me show you a photo from yesterday's play date. Thank you so much to the Mirando family for sending this picture of them practicing their swim lessons. And if you missed our dry swim lessons yesterday, you can always find previous virtual play dates on indywithkids.com. Another picture I want to share with you today is something that you can do today. So a lot of families are either making hearts and putting them in their windows, or making rainbows and putting them in their windows. You can see here our friends from the west side have a giant rainbow on their top window and a smaller one on the bottom. What a fun activity for you guys to try to do today. So go ahead and do that, and then send us a picture if you do it. We'd love to share it. Another thing that we've seen other neighbors do when we go out for walks, because we're taking a walk to stay away from everybody else, is we've seen that they're drawing on their sidewalk with sidewalk chalk, and they're making beautiful pictures in their driveway, just telling everyone they're thinking about them and what a beautiful day it is. So when it's not raining, that's a fun thing to do too. All right, guys, I don't want to delay any further. I want to take you and introduce you to my friend Jen. All right, here we go. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jen. How's it going? Let's see if we've got her muted still. Whoops, how do we unmute her? Uh-oh, guys, I'm having a little technical difficulty here. There we go. Hey, Jen.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great, it sounds wonderful. We can hear you.
Good.
Who do you have with you?
I have Little Bit.
Hi, Little Bit. Oh, how sweet. Oh my gosh.
Little Bit is about 2 days old. I seem to be lagging in time a little bit. She's a little anxious, so she may calm down here in a minute to listen to the story, but I'm not sure. I don't have any control over cows any more than I did over my kids.
Excellent. So how old did you say Little Bit is?
She was born Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Honestly, I can't remember. I think Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning. Yeah. I thought she was about 2 days old from what I read on the internet.
Yeah. She was born Wednesday morning. She had kind of a rough start, so we've kind of been babying her a little bit, and I kind of love her.
Oh, what a sweet baby. Oh, look at her, look at us. Ah! I have some people saying they don't have sound. I just want to do a little check-in with them. I saw Mariana and Ruth said no sound, but everybody else seems to be okay. So please, if someone could message Mariana and Ruth and just tell them close it up and open it again, they might get it. Facebook, you know, who knows? There's a lot of people on the internet right now. So, all right. Well, you wrote a book. And
I did.
Tell us, is this inspired by living on a farm? What was your inspiration?
Well, it was inspired by living on a farm. I have always wanted to write a children's book, but didn't really know what I wanted to write about. And we had a calf come to us that had some problems, and it just kind of wrote itself. And I happened to be witness to it, and I was so excited to get the opportunity to write the story.
Wonderful. So we're going to get to hear the book today, but I just want our kids that are watching to kind of know a little bit about you. I told them that you call yourself a farm wife, but you are in fact a farmer. You ride on the combine, you feed the animals, you do it all, right?
I do, I guess. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but I plant all of our soybeans. I do some tillage work. I help in the fall running the grain cart. I take care of the cattle and the hogs, and yeah, it's a group effort around here. But I do get to do all of those things.
How fun! Well, we would love to hear the story of Pete today, and we'd love to meet Pete, and so to say. And then we'll come back. I want to let our viewers know that if you kids have any questions for Jen, we'd love for you to drop them in the comments, and we'll take a couple questions at the end. I'm actually going to run out. I have to be on Indy Style in a few minutes. So when this is over, you all should tune into Channel 8 at 10:40. But my husband, Jacob, he's here, and he is going to come back when you're all done and maybe read a couple questions to you and say goodbye to everybody. So, and he'll also announce our Monday morning play date. So you guys have a great day. And here is my friend, Jen, to take it away.
Okay, so I am going to read Meet Pete, and my camera woman, my daughter, who is actually Emmy Lou in the story, also has a copy of the book, and she is going to close up show you the illustrations in the book, which were watercolor paintings off of actual pictures that we took while we were raising Pete. Okay, so we're gonna meet Pete. Maybe. Okay, so this is Pete. And Pete was just 6 hours old when he and Emmy Lou met for the first time. When Pete was born, his legs didn't work right. He couldn't stand up. And if a calf can't stand, it can't drink milk from its mama. That meant Pete needed special attention. It was love at first sight for Emmy Lou. She knew why they raised beef cattle on her family farm. She also knew that sometimes that meant helping the livestock that needed a little extra care. Emmy Lou knew she was up for the task. That's Emmy Lou holding Pete's face. For the first 2 days of Pete's life, Emmy Lou spent hours in the barn with him. She would warm and rub the tight muscles on Pete's legs, helping relax them, so she worked tirelessly to help Pete. When Emmy Lou wasn't working with him, she made sure he had fresh straw to keep him warm and comfortable. So when Pete was born, his front legs didn't work right. He couldn't stand on them. They were all buckled under, so she had to relax those muscles to make sure he could stand up. And that's what she's doing here. Finally, Pete stood. He was shaky, and he sometimes stumbled because his muscles weren't quite strong enough. But Emmy Lou was there to help steady him. She was so excited because this meant that Pete would soon be running and jumping around with the other calves on their farm. So here in the picture, Emmy Lou's helping Pete stand for the very first time. Here Pete's getting a bottle. Pete loved his bottles, and Emmy Lou loved feeding Pete. Every morning before school, she made him a bottle of warm milk replacer, and every evening she made him another one. Most calves nursed their mama cow, but Pete had Emmy Lou, and Emmy Lou loved feeding Pete. So Emmy Lou had to fix a bottle for him every day, 2 times a day, and a calf bottle is big. When he saw her coming, no matter the time of day, he was sure she had a bottle for him, and he would run towards her. Here they are just playing in the yard because Pete didn't have any restraints at the time. As the weather grew warmer, Pete grew stronger. One day, Emmy Lou and Pete sat outside the barn in the warm afternoon sun. She told Pete all about her family's farm and what a great place it was. She told him about spring on the farm. There would be tractors in the fields tilling the ground and planting the crops. Her family would be working from sun up until sundown. Emmy Lou's family raised corn and soybeans. Her family planted these crops in the early spring and cared for them all summer while they grew in the fields. This is a picture of our corn planter. We're getting ready to get those out and plant the crops. She told him that not only did her family raise beef cattle, but they also raised pigs. Emmy Lou loved the baby pigs down at the barns. She would bring every one of them in the house if her mom would let her. She had taken care of lots of them, just like she was taking care of Pete. However, she knew they belonged in the barns. She loved seeing them sleeping warm in a cute pig pile under the heat lamp close to the mama sow. Here's a bunch of baby pigs nursing on the mama sow. She looked up at the farmhouse where she and her family lived. Her dad and mom worked side by side every day to take care of the animals and the crops. Her sister and brother loved the farm as much as Emmy Lou. They were all proud that theirs was a family farm. It was the farm her dad had grown up on, and she loved growing up here too. This is a picture of our farmhouse. Fall was Emmy Lou's favorite season. There would be big combines in the fields harvesting the crops and tractors with grain carts to carry them away. She told Pete the corn and soybeans from her family's farm go to feed livestock like him, but also had many other uses, including food for people like her. So this is our combine behind the corn, and this is a tractor and a grain cart, and that is what I do. I get to drive that tractor and the grain cart. Lastly, she talked about the other calves Pete's age in the lot with the mama cows. Emmylou knew Pete was getting strong enough to be with them soon. He would he would still need her to feed him bottles, but he was almost ready to move to the big lot outside the barn with the other cattle. She knew Pete would love running and jumping and playing with the other calves. It would be good for him. And then we've got a picture of one of our cattle lots. Now we have a picture of Emmylou hugging Pete. A beef calf's job on the farm is to eat and grow. Emmylou knew that she had done a great job making sure Pete could do his job. She would continue to do so until Pete was grown and ready to sell. Emmylou loved growing up on a farm. She loved watching the livestock grow and the tractors in the fields. She loved watching her family work together. She couldn't imagine growing up anywhere else. Pete got lots of hugs. And that's the end. And then also in the book, you want to show them the book, are pictures, photographs of Emmy actually working with Pete. And all these pictures are paintings inside the book. And then Vicky over here, this is the illustrator who painted all these pictures for us. The end. Does anybody have any questions? I've got the phone in front of me if you got some questions, if you can hear me.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Hey, I'm Jacob. Thanks everyone for being here. So yeah, had a couple questions.
Okay.
One of them was so Little Bit is 2 days old right now, right?
Yes, and we've got the camera over on Little Bit.
And how much does a 2-day-old cow weigh?
Oh, now you're going to ask me hard questions, aren't you?
Or just like a roundabout, like, or how much do they weigh at birth? Like,
yeah, she was probably born around 55 to 60 pounds. She might be a little lighter. She was a little. She was little. She's a little bit. Yeah, but an average calf is under 100 pounds when it's born. Emmylou's going to show you our other calves. They're quite a bit bigger.
Now, are they the same age?
They're going to be about 2 weeks older.
Okay.
And they're quite a bit bigger. They were born a little bigger, but calves grow really fast at this age.
Very good. How long does it take for them to be full grown?
So a full-grown feeder calf, which means one that we're not keeping but we're selling for meat production, will be about 15 months to not over 24 months. So it'll take about 2 years to fill a beef calf out.
Very good. Lots of compliments on the book, and people love the pictures. They want to know where to get the book. I've put the link in there for you guys. Let's see. How many calves have you raised?
Oh, in my life, I don't know. Currently, if you kids have hobbies like building models or anything like that, honestly, my beef cattle are my hobby. So right now I have 7 cows who will give birth, and I have 6 calves right now, and I have one that won't be born for another couple months. So, and then I have fat cattle that were born last year. So currently on the farm, we have 7, 8 plus 6, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have about 20 cows on my farm right now, and that's about what we do every year. Yeah.
Very good. A couple more questions I'm seeing here. What breed is Little Bit, and what do cows eat?
Okay. Little Bit is a crossbred. Her mom was all black, and her dad was a Hereford bull, was his breed. Her mom was a crossbred as well. So she will just be a crossbred cow, which is all I have right now are crossbreds. And mama cows will eat hay. They have free choice hay all the time. I feed round bales, which is alfalfa, grasses, things like that. Yeah, you can show Mom. Emmylou's going to show you Mama Cow. This is Little Bit's mom. She's eating a bale of hay. And then my fat cattle will eat corn, some soybeans. They love molasses because it's really sweet, which we eat molasses as well in our oatmeal cookies. That's my favorite thing. They will eat mostly corn and like a soybean a feed mix with some sweetness in it.
Wonderful. Let's see what else. I see some more questions coming through here. What other kind of farm animals do you have?
Okay, so we also raise pigs. So currently we get in nursery pigs, which are 3 weeks old, which are just weaned or taken off the mother's milk. And then we raise them all the way to market weight, which usually takes about 5 months. And they will go out of here weighing anywhere from 275 to 300 pounds. And we usually have about, I don't know, I've got 3 barns full right now. So I've got 1,500 on the farm.
Wow. That's quite a few animals to watch.
And all our hogs are inside. So like we raise what we call confinement. So like they're under temperature control all the time. So like when it was raining and storming last night, these hogs were indoors in perfectly controlled temperature rooms. They are on feed all the time. So they live a pretty good life.
Good. All right. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions here before we wrap up. Does anyone else have any questions? What is Little Bit's mom's name?
Oh, so Little Bit has a name because I kind of got attached to her. Some of my cattle have names because my kids show in 4-H. Little Bit's mom does not have a name. She's just cow number 6.
All right. Well, thank you again so much for doing this. We have put the link in the comments here. Let me do it one more time. People can go get the book that you read. So I want to say thank you to you guys and the animals and a little bit for being such a great model today. And thanks to all the families who are here watching and joining us. Next Monday at 10, we will have Mr. Daniel. So if you've not seen Mr. Daniel before, he does a lot of singing and interaction with the kids. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be Monday at 10 o'clock. So we hope to see you there. I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now with a couple more seconds of Little Bit before we head out. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Make sure you share out the replay with your friends and family who may not have made it today. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys. I think it's over.